How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Sweet Life with Calvin. Those of you that are on Facebook, it will only multicast there, but I won't be able to interact with you. If you're able to, go to whatnot.com and go ahead and set up your account. That way, um, I'm only able to see you, and then you're only able to make purchases via Whatnot. Right now, I'm only selling my cookies via Whatnot exclusively. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Right now, we are currently browning our butter. So today's cookie that we're featuring that I have listed below is the Sharon's Delights by Calvin. 1 dozen Peyton's browned butter, red velvet chocolate, white chocolate chip cookies. So right now we are browning our butter. We turn it down a little bit. Don't want it to cook too fast. You're going to be browning it for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then what you're looking for while you're browning it is you're going to be browning it and looking for it to turn to a golden brown. Okay. So you're going to look for it to do that. And then once it turns to that golden brown, you'll just stop and pour it into your bowl. So we're going to continue letting it brown. And hey, Ashley, welcome in. So today, if you just come in, this is the Sweet Life with Calvin. And today we are baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew, my amazingly talented nephew, Peyton. And so I named it Peyton's Browned Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookies. So right now we are browning our butter for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then after we brown the butter, we're looking for a golden brown when the butter is brown, and we'll put it into our cake pan, okay? But thank you all for coming in. Now, just because you see the 1 dozen posted, I have several other increments for the cookies, okay? So if you go to my shop, you'll be able to see the other ones and then many other flavors. We have about 15 flavors that we offer. So if you go into my shop, you'll be able to see it. It's just to the left, to the right of your screen, and you'll be able to go in and see the other cookies. So for this particular cookie, I have 4 different increments. I'm selling it 1 cookie. Then I have them going for a 4-pack, a 6-pack, and then I have them 1 dozen. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. If you've just come in, you've come into the Sweet Life with Calvin, okay? I know it's been a while, but life be lifing, but we have to keep moving, okay? So as of right now, we're currently browning our butter. So as I said before, we're going to brown it for 5 to 7 minutes on medium heat. We don't want to burn it. And so really what we're browning is the fat in the butter, okay? So we brown it, and see what I do is I like to stir it. Versus it just sitting there. I just like to stir it for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then we'll pour it into our pan, okay? All right. And welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Today we are baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew. These are the Peyton's Brown Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookies. And I'm baking them for you live, okay? A lot of people tell me that that's a lot to be doing on live, but I like it. I do it at home, in my spare time. I play a little music, and I just bake pretty much. So I'm thankful for everybody coming in. Where's everybody coming? Where's everybody located? Where's everybody chiming in? Where's everybody from on here? Where's everybody from? Comment where you're from. Okay, hello, Texas. Who else we got? Thank you, Ren, Mac Lee, Tracy, Greg Miller. Thank you all for coming in. If you've just come in, you have come into the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin. And today we're baking a cookie that I dedicated to my fabulous nephew. He is graduating Friday, actually. He is finishing high school. Amen. And so I dedicated the cookie to him, and his name is Peyton. So we're baking Peyton's brown butter, red velvet, white chocolate chip cookie. That's a lot to be saying, I know. Where's everybody from? I see that we have Ren from Texas. Where's everybody else from? Where's everybody else from? Okay, Jersey, Mackley from Jersey. Welcome in, welcome in. How's the weather there in Jersey? Here it's rather warm. We're getting that summer weather now. Hello, 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 and welcome in, everybody. Welcome in if you've just joined. You've joined the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am a local baker here in the Georgia area, and the name of my company is Sharon's Delights by Calvin. And today we are baking. No, I'm not gonna burn the butter. I'm actually trying to monitor it while I talk to y'all. But and I appreciate you telling me. But yeah, I'm a local baker here in the Georgia area, and I've been baking for, I'll say, over 10 years. And we're actually getting the golden brown. It's slowly browning. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Han Lee. I appreciate that so much. But I'm not burning it. It is now golden brown. And once it gets golden brown, I then turn it off. And then I bring it over to my pan here. Over here to my cake pan. I don't want to pour it in there. Let me take this off. Pour it directly in. And if you could smell it, when you brown it, it brings out a really, really nutty flavor. And I've been seeing people do it online, and I'm just like, what is this brown butter business? So I started playing around with it in my kitchen here. And I'll say I like it a lot. If you've just joined us, you have joined the Sweet Life with Calvin. Oh, no, I actually started it before I came on live so that, I could kind of, how they do on TV, but this is actually live. But on TV, they have it prepped and then they edit it. And then it's like, oh, okay, the butter's brown after like 2 seconds. So I wanted to go ahead and have, if you can see it, it's kind of bubbling in my pan here. That I'm going to be mixing my recipe in, but it has a nutty flavor, and I love the way that it tastes in a cookie. It takes your cookie to a whole nother level. So now that I have the butter browned already in here, I just have to let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes because we don't want the butter to be too hot when we mix our ingredients, okay? Because we have all of our ingredients here, okay? But where's everybody from? Where is everybody from? Alaska. Oh my God, Alaska. How is the weather there right now, William Boy? How's the weather? Are you all getting sunshine right now, or what's going on with the weather there? I'm just curious. I'm very nosy, so I'm usually curious. So, how's the weather there? How is the weather there? Hello, Shay Rose. Hello, hello. Welcome in. It's warm, 50-ish. Oh, okay. So it's cold there. The snow has melted. Summer has begun. I'm sure it's beautiful there. Oh my God, Alaska. Wow. I've never been to Alaska. I plan to go someday. Welcome in, Shay Rose. So if you all have just arrived here, France. Oh wow, that's cool. Paris, France. That's awesome. I've I've been to Paris once years ago, and we stayed at this really nice boutique hotel. We found it on. So when we flew there, we didn't get a hotel. We just booked it, flew there, and after we got something to eat, we went and tried to find a hotel. So we found this hotel. Welcome in, Old McDonald. I like that name. We just got a hotel, found a hotel on, I think it was at the time Airbnb, and a very nice boutique hotel downtown, like maybe 30 minutes outside of, well, 30 minutes from the Eiffel Tower. I'll say that. So we could see the Eiffel Tower. And it was really, really nice. The food was really, really good. We had a complimentary breakfast with our food. The only thing is, there was not, like, ice was not a thing there. And that just kind of, yeah, I didn't really like that. But everything else was so nice. 45 minutes from that. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Those of you that have just come in, you have stumbled upon the Sweet Life with Calvin. I'm Calvin, your host, and I am baking live with you. We are baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew, the amazing Peyton. He is graduating Friday from high school. And so I dedicated the cookie to him because I think he's an amazing young man, and the world is not ready for the greatness he's going to be bringing. So it is the Peyton's browned butter, red velvet, white chocolate chip cookies. Okay. Now, what I have pinned down here, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pin the one cookie for now, and then once those sell out, I will pin the others that I have. So I have 4 increments. So one cookie, I have a 4-pack, 6-pack, and then I have the dozen. And if this cookie is not necessarily something that you like, I have about 14 other flavors listed in my shop. So if you are interested, go in and look through, make your purchase, and we'll make sure we get those cookies to you, okay? But as I was saying, as far as the butter, I love to brown it because it brings out a nuttiness in the flavor, and it adds it to the cookie. But I do have a regular chocolate chip cookie, which you'll see that we're offering right now in my shop. So you can go there and purchase that. Maybe we could be friends. Oh, okay. Yeah, make friends. No problem at all, guys. This is a networking situation. So I was kind of thirsty. This is a networking situation. So if you do see someone on here that you want to be friends with, I definitely encourage it. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for coming in. And what I have pinned down is the one cookie, because sometimes you might want to try it out. You've never met me, so you may want to just buy one cookie. Those of you who do know about my baking and you're interested, I have it in other increments. I have it in 4, 6-pack, and then a dozen. Okay. Hey Siri, set an alarm. Hey Siri, hey Ziggy, set an alarm for 15 minutes. Forgot to set my alarm so I can monitor this brown butter. But welcome in those of you who just arrived. You have stumbled upon the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin, your host, and today we are baking Peyton's browned butter, red velvet, white chocolate chip cookies. Okay. I'm baking that cookie for you live, and the cookies that I'm actually going to be baking, you will get those in your purchase. Okay. Now, those of you that are on Facebook, you may not be able to, well, you won't be able to interact with me. So, if you are definitely interested and you want to interact and be in the live, you'll have to set up your account via whatnot.com. That way, you can interact on the live, and um, you can also make your purchase from the live. Thank you all for coming in. I am a local baker from the Georgia area, and the name of my company is Sharon's Delights by Calvin. I've been baking for about 10 years, so I do have some experience. I started out baking pound cakes. That was the main thing. So we will eventually start getting into other things that I'm going to be baking. Right now, I'm just in a cookie mood, so I want to explore all the different flavors of cookies that we have. Okay, all right. Welcome in, Kayville. Welcome in. Is this Lily? Welcome in, Hannah Banana. Welcome in. Welcome in. Right now, we are just letting our brown butter pretty much chill. It's really, really hot right now. So what we're doing is just letting that kind of chill until we get ready to mix our other ingredients. Okay. So do we have anyone here? We have any birthdays for the month of May? Do we have any birthdays for the month of May? Come on in. Come on in. Robert F. 1977. How's it going? Thank you all for coming in. Right now, as I said before, we have already browned our butter for our recipe, and now we're just waiting for it to cool. Okay. Do we have any birthdays in the room? Mm. Do we have any birthdays? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, Rita. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Robert. Thank you for stopping by. You've just joined the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am your host, Calvin, and today we're baking Peyton's browned butter, red velvet, white chocolate chip cookies. Okay, and I'm actually selling them in three different increments. We have one cookie. The reason I decided to do that is just because some people may not know me as a baker. So you have a chance to not spend too much money, but just $4 to see how what my cookies taste like. Okay. And then I have a 4 pack, I have a 6 pack, and I have a 1 dozen pack. So once the one cookie once the one cookie option or item is done, then I'll pin the other one. So go ahead and make your purchase now. Right now, we're just waiting for our brown butter to chill. We're just waiting for our brown butter to chill. You said, "Oh wow, Rita." And when I tell you, the cookie is so good. Welcome in, D. Chastain. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you all for stopping by. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to stop by. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you so much for your purchase. Uh huh. I appreciate that so much. Let me see. Let me just see something. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you all for coming. Welcome in, welcome in. And as I said before, I have them. I'm selling them in brown butter. I know, and it's so crazy because everybody is doing the brown butter now, and I'm like, geez, but I see why. the flavor that it adds to your cookie. It's like the cookie is, the regular chocolate chip cookie is good, but when you do the brown butter, it just takes it to another level. There's another flavor palette that I really really love in the cookie. So I have a brown butter chocolate chip cookie, well, chocolate chunk cookie. Then I have a brown butter. Um, I have the regular chocolate chip cookie, and then I have a brown butter chocolate chunked cookie. So, so yeah. But I appreciate the purchase. I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I wanted to give each person an option. You may not know me as a baker, so you might want to just purchase one cookie or four or six just to see. And then I have about 14 other flavors that are priced in my shop. So you would just go to the shop to the right of the screen, and you'll click on that, and you'll be able to see all the options. Okay. Yep. But I have the four listed for today's live. As I said before, we're just waiting for our brown butter to kind of chill a little bit before we get started to mixing our ingredients. Where's everybody from? We had some people. We had someone from Alaska. We had someone from Texas. Where's everybody else from? Or do we have any birthdays that we want to recognize in the room? Virginia. Okay. Okay, I love Virginia. Alexandria, Virginia is a beautiful place. I went to a conference there some years ago. Arizona. Oh my God, I know it's hot there. I'm sure it's hot there. How's the weather there, D. Chastain? How's the weather there? I'm sure it's hot. And again, thank you all for coming in. Coming in. Thank you so much. 95 degrees. Oh my God. Good swimming weather though. I know that for sure. Good beach weather. It was in the 90s here too. Yep. Okay. Okay. In Virginia. Wow. Yeah, you all are. Yeah, DC area. Yeah, y'all are. Yeah, y'all are. Yeah, y'all are getting the weather, the good weather. You can go to the park and just be outside in that weather. I love it when it's warm out. Not if I have to be in it. But I love the fall time. I mean the summer. Okay. Okay. All right. But I thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for coming in. We are just chilling our brown butter right now. I'm baking the cookies for you live. So what you will see is the final product. I think it's kind of cool because the cookies that I bake here in my home, you actually get to see them and you actually get to taste them. So I think that's really cool. As I said before, I have them being sold in four different increments. Okay, so I have them being sold in the one pack for $4. I have the 1 dozen for 35. The reason it's at 35 is because it's from our premium collection. This particular cookie. So if you want the dozen, it's going to be 35. And then I have the 4 pack for 15, and then 22 for our 6 pack. Okay. So go ahead and, as I said before, I have it listed below. Yes, I am chilling the brown butter. Yes. The thing is, you don't want it too hot because you've had it on the stove browning it. So now that it's browned, I'm just waiting for it to cool off because I don't want it to cook the other ingredients. I want it to be at least almost room temperature. So we're going to be chilling it or cooling it. I'm sorry, letting it cool for 15 minutes, not chilling. Thank you for peeping that out, Rita. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, I tried it for the first time, and I was like, I'm gonna have to let this cool for a minute. I can't just cook this right away. Whereas when I nuke it in the microwave, sometimes when I nuke the butter to get it soft, I'd rather it be that way. But I still let it cool. Still when I put it in the microwave and nuke it. So I'm just letting it chill right now. Okay. Now, do we have any birthdays in the room? Where's everybody else from? I know we have I think we have about 3 people in the room. Yep, we have about 3 people in the room. Yep. And again, thank you for the purchase. Let's see here. Yep. Yes. Thank you so much for the purchase. And Rita purchased the 4-pack. So thank you so much, Rita. I appreciate that. And we're going to get those in the mail to you ASAP and fresh. All the way to Virginia. All the way to Virginia. Yep. And as I said, I'm not just offering the one cookie. I'm offering the one cookie for those who've never tasted anything that I've ever made. I like to present options. So if you are interested and you love cookies and you want to just try and see what this baking black man is offering, go ahead and try the cookie. Try the one cookie, and that is $4. So that's actually pinned down below. But if you are a cookie monster and you love cookies, different types of cookies, go over to my shop. That's going to be, you can see the other 4 items that's listed for this particular live. But I also have cookies outside, 14 flavors listed outside of this live that you can go and purchase. So just scroll through and pick the one to your liking. Welcome in. Is this Crystal Victoria? Welcome in. Where are you coming in from? And Pinked by Shay. Oh, I love that name. And Holly Well, I love that name. Veronica, welcome in. If you just joined, you have joined the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin. I'm Calvin, your host. I'm a local baker in the Georgia area. I've been baking for about 10 years. And tonight we are baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew. He is graduating Friday. My nephew Peyton is graduating Friday. And the cookie is called Peyton's Browned Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookies. Okay. I have them in 4 increments. They're sold in 4 different increments. So you can click to the right of your screen just below in the shop. And then that will allow you to see which increment you want. So I have them for 1 cookie. I have them in 4-pack, a 6-pack, and then the dozen. Okay. Now, for those of you who are just coming in, thank you so much, Rita. He's an amazing young man. So I'm so proud of him. Those of you that are on Facebook right now, I'm sorry, but I'm not able to interact with you, so I don't know who is there. So if you want to, you can come over to whatnot.com and set up a free account. There's no charge. And that will allow you, once you set up your account, it will allow you to be able to make purchases and will allow you to be able to come on and interact with us on Whatnot. How's it going? Where's everybody coming in from? Those of you that just come in, where are you all logging in from? And tell us about what you bake. If you're a seller, if you're a buyer, what is your Whatnot page about? Okay, Ohio. Welcome from Ohio. Welcome. It's kind of cool, and I feel it. It's kind of getting cooler. Mrs. Mac, 4711. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. Yes. Thank you. Again, we are baking the Peyton's Browned Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookie. It is a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew. He is graduating this Friday. He's an amazing young man, and the world needs to look out. He's going to be he's going to contribute great things to the world. And he's going to the University of Alabama. Yeah, University of Alabama. Hey, Ziggy, stop. He's going to the University of Alabama, so I'm looking forward to Ohio Buckeye Buckeye cookies. I have to check that out. I haven't heard of the Buckeye cookie. I'm gonna make a note of that. The Buckeye cookie. Hold on. What's in it? What's in it, Rita? Oh, you're a seller. Okay, so what do you sell? Bake Shack. What do you sell? Welcome in, Marita. Welcome in. What did that say? Buckeye cookies? Okay, Buckeye cookies. Cookies. Oh, you do cinnamon rolls. Oh, wow. Okay. So tell us a little bit more about it. Did you want to come on live and talk about what you do? I would love to have you on if you're okay with that. I don't mind. If you are another thing, I'm sorry, I always forget this. If you're just joining as well, take a look at the show notes. The show notes has all the details about what is happening tonight. I forgot to tell y'all that earlier. The show notes basically detail everything. And if you want to come on live and chat with me, you just put 3 cookies in the chat, and then I'll go ahead and bring you on. Okay? Yep. The brown butter is now chilled enough, so I'm gonna start my mixer, and that's gonna kind of move it around a little bit. I'm sorry for the squeak, but if my mixer has a rubber outside, so it scrapes the inside of the bowl. We have already preheated our oven to 350. We're gonna bake these cookies at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. This recipe, it yields maybe about 36 cookies. Okay. Welcome in, Jaime. Is it Jaime's Got Cakes? Welcome in. Welcome in. And as I said before, I'm selling the cookies tonight in different increments. I did the 1 cookie and then the 4 pack and the 6 pack just for people who's just not really sure. You don't want to spend a lot of money. Um, that's a good question. What is the weight of the cookie? Um, it's baker style cookies, so they're not really heavy. Um, but yeah, they're probably. That's a good question. I never even thought about the weight of the cookie. Only when it pertains to shipping, but not the actual weight of the cookie. But I can get back to you on that, Bake Shack. Actually, we'll weigh it tonight. We will weigh the cookie after I pull it out of the oven. So I'll get back to you on that question. But yeah, as I said before, we are. It's nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. You got to tell us more about these cinnamon rolls. I'm not gonna let you get away. We got to know more about these cinnamon rolls because I love meeting other bakers. I'm always on YouTube looking at how and what other bakers do when they're baking their cookies, the sizes, and just different desserts. So I'm always looking for things like that. Welcome in, R. Yates. Welcome in, Leslie Les. Welcome in, Hound Designs, and then Lucky Duck Stickers. Welcome in. Thank you all for coming through. You didn't have to come through. You could have been doing anything else tonight. This fine Monday night. It's actually 7:35 here in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a local baker here, Judy Purple. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for sharing the live. I have about three shares so far. I didn't even know you could do that. This is so much like TikTok. It's so cool. Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you so much for your purchase. That is so kind. Let me see what you purchased, Rita. Because I think you were looking at. Let me see. Okay. Yep. Okay. So you got 2 of the 4 packs. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for those of you who have never tasted anything from Sharon's Delights by Calvin, I have the one pack pinned down below. We are currently making them as we speak. I am mixing, kind of moving around the butter, the brown butter that we have here. And it's 2 sticks. So it's 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. You just brown it medium heat for about 5 to 7 minutes. And you have to watch it because it'll cook really, really fast. Oh, that's sweet. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sending them as a gift. I'm going to make sure I put a lot of love in them, okay? I'm going to put a lot of love in them, and we're going to send them to California. I was actually born in California, believe it or not. I was born in Salinas, California. How far are you from Salinas, California? Well, how far is the friend that lives in California? How far are they from Salinas? Oh, went to school in Napa. Okay. Okay, I got you. Cool. That is so awesome. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is Addison McKee. Oh, I love that name. Welcome in. Welcome in. M extra 21 M underscore extra 215. Welcome in. Welcome in. So tonight we are. If you just joined, us, we this is the Sweet Life of Calvin. I'm a local baker in the Atlanta area, and the name of my company is Sharon's Delights by Calvin. And tonight we're baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew, Peyton. He is graduating Friday. And the name of the cookie is Peyton's Brown Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookie. So I kind of stumbled upon this recipe. Um, it's always, we always think that we created something, and but a lot of these recipes, it's like they're already in the world, but you just put your own spin to it. Okay. So the butter has kind of cooled off a little bit. Now everybody wants to start texting me. But the butter has cooled off just a little bit. I didn't want the butter too hot because we just cooled it off the stove browning it. So I wanted to make sure it was warm, at least room temperature, before I started mixing in the rest of our ingredients. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead. Yes, Addison, I am baking as we speak. The squeaking that you hear, I don't know if you can see my mixer. I probably need to lower my screen, but my mixer is currently mixing. So yes, I am baking these as we speak. So when I started my live back in February, I had not a clue as to what the hell I was doing. So I said, oh, I'll just bake live. So it's kind of been a thing. So I just been just baking my ass off every time I come. And I enjoy it. I enjoy baking at home. Like, I have my music going. I'm currently playing Pat Metheny, which is like a, I don't know what you would call his music. There's no lyrics. It's just check him out. It's Pat Metheny, and I found his music years ago. But it's like just very ambient instrumental type music. It's very therapeutic. Sometimes I have jazz playing. But yeah, I am baking live. So I like the fact that I'm baking it live. And then by tomorrow, I put them in the mail for them to go out to your home. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a half a cup of granulated sugar, white sugar, and then a whole cup of uh, light brown light brown sugar. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pour that in there. All right. I'm going to get that started. I was excited to bake this for you all. I can't wait till you all taste it. Oh my God. I made these for my nephew, that's what he requested. That's how we got to this cookie. He ended up requesting it. I, just reached out to him, and he was like, Uncle C, bake me some, you know, uh, red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. So I did, and everybody liked them. So I was like, oh, okay. So usually, if it's a cookie that I've never baked before and I have someone to request it, I usually will kind of name it. I'm just a sentimental person like that. So, but yeah, we are baking 1 cup of brown sugar that we've already put in, 1 cup, half a cup of white sugar, and then 1 cup of ground butter. And if you were here, you could smell it. The nuttiness from the butter is just amazing. It is amazing. And again, the reason why I had to let the brown butter cool some is because when you put the eggs and everything else, you don't want it to bake while you're mixing. So you need it to be at least room temperature before you start to add everything in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. What is that? Liquidation crew. Welcome in. And Hugh. Okay. Fuzzy Wombat. Welcome in. That name sounds familiar. I think you've been on here before. Applet. Welcome in. The father. What's that? The the fat there. The the Theron. I guess that is. I'm tearing that up. And then just looking, maybe. Thank you for coming in. And then Allison, welcome in. Thank you all for coming through. I appreciate you all stopping through. Tonight we're baking. If you just joined us, you come to the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am your host, Calvin, and we are baking Peyton's ground butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies tonight. And right now, we're just mixing our brown sugar, our white sugar, our 1 cup of brown sugar, half a cup of white sugar, and then 1 cup of browned butter. So we're just letting that mix. Where's everybody from? And then what birthdays do we have? Do we have any birthdays for the month of May? I know Janet just had a birthday yesterday. I'm a huge Janet Jackson fan. And Janet Jackson is 60, y'all. I'm like, I almost lost my mind when she turned 50. But 60 and she still looks amazing. And still have the nerve to be touring. Like, it's just crazy. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and add our eggs in. So you want to add two room temperature eggs. Room temperature, okay? Large eggs. Okay. Go ahead and add those in. And again, those of you that are on Facebook, that is one limitation for that Whatnot doesn't have. You're able to see me, but you're not able to interact. So if you are definitely interested in interacting and then making purchases, go ahead and download the app or go to the website, the whatnot.com website, and set up your account. That will allow you to be able to come in and interact and then also make purchases. These cookies that I'm baking tonight, I'm selling them in 4 different increments. So we have the 1 cookie, which allows a person who's never tasted anything that I've baked to kind of try it, but not be out a lot of money. Then we have the 4-pack, we have the 6-pack, and then we have the dozen. Okay, so if you're interested, go over to the shop that we have here to the right of your screen, and that will allow you to be able to see the options that we have. I also have 14 different flavors listed as well. So if you are interested, go over to the shop. That will be outside of the live. So once this live ends, you'll still be able to go in and make purchases at any time. So I always have items available for purchase. So you just go in and purchase whenever you like. If you're not sure during the live, okay? But I also have the one cookie pinned down below for $4. So if you are interested, go ahead and make your purchase. Once the one cookie option is gone, will only be up to the four pack, the 6-pack, and then the 12-pack. All right. So we got our our we've already put in our. Hold on, somebody's texting me. All right, so we already have our 1 cup of butter, which is 1 cup of brown butter. We have 1 cup of light brown sugar, then 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar, and then 2 room temperature eggs is what we've already added in here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add, what is it, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, we got that added. We're going to let that mix for a little bit. If you're just coming in, you have stumbled upon the Sweet Life with Calvin. And tonight we're baking Peyton's browned brown butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. See our white chocolate chips? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We already got 2 purchases already. Thank you, Rita, so much. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Smith Chris. Welcome in, Donnie. Welcome in, Psalm, Ashley, Jeremy. Thank you all for coming through. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for coming through. Yes, yes, yes. Where's everybody signing on from? Where do we have everybody signing on from? And if you have a chance and you're just stopping by and you're not sure what's going on, go ahead and click on the show notes. The show notes will tell you everything about what's happening tonight and how the cookies are sold. Okay. All right. Reb Tim, welcome in. Candy, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Is that Carla? Carla of 97054. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay. So now I have mixed all of the dry ingredients together. So we have 2.5 cups of flour. We have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not soda. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm not gonna tell you my secret, but I'm gonna just let you know that those are the ingredients. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that in here. I put all my dry ingredients together and mix them. I think I like it that way sometimes. I kind of do that when I bake my cookies, my cakes too. When I'm baking a cheesecake, not a cheesecake, but when I'm baking a pound cake, I like to put all the dry ingredients together. But I can't wait to see how this turns out. My necklace chain. This is Athena, I think. I bought this some years ago. This where I was working, and a gentleman, he had all these bracelets and different things, and he actually poured this. This is sterling silver. So I think this is Athena, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. I have the paper that it came with, but I gotta find it. But I think it is Athena. You all are so observant. I wasn't even paying attention to because I wear it so much, so I don't pay attention to like some of the jewelry that I do wear. All right, all right, all right, all right. So now we're gonna go ahead and mix 2 tablespoons of Dutch pressed cocoa powder. I prefer Ghirardelli cocoa powder usually, but sometimes you can use any kind of cocoa powder if you want. With the party too. Right up. Hello, Adri. Hello, Adri. Oh my God. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm like partying too. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Tonight we are baking Peyton's browned butter, red velvet, white chocolate chip cookies. Yes, yes, yes. Huh? You said sad party? Why? Why are you sad? We're going to go ahead and add our 2 tablespoons of Dutch pressed Ghirardelli cocoa powder. Now, the cocoa powder is really, really fine. So it just blew everywhere in here. Hold on. I got to scrape the pan. I can't stand when it does that. It's not a mishap or anything. I just know that it goes everywhere because it's so fine, you know? So fine. Hold on. Let me get a spoon here. Okay. Alrighty. But it just went everywhere. That's the only thing about that doggone chocolate. Thank you, Adri. So the reason that I have the one cookie down there is because this is a new cookie and people that will be coming in. Um, oh, I'm gonna talk to you offline about that. I don't. Yeah, I'll talk to you offline about that because that's crazy. Um, but like I said, so I'm selling the cookies in 4 different increments. So I have the one cookie just in case someone who's never had anything that I've made, they're able to try it without being out a lot of money. But I'm selling them in 4 different increments. So I have them one cookie, 4 cookies, a 6 pack, and then a 12 pack. So just click over in the shop if you're interested and you want to buy more. Okay. Thank you all so much for your purchases. Okay. So now we just added our 2 tablespoons of Dutch pressed Ghirardelli cocoa powder. Okay. All right. So now I am going to put in the red food coloring. Now, it may, depending on the type of color that you want, I like mine almost blood red. So I just start putting mine in and just letting it mix. This worked best for me the first time I did it. You got to let it kind of mix up because it's the gel. So I just let it kind of mix around in there a little bit. It's got to get through all the dough. But it smells amazing, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Smells so good. And like I said, I like for my cookies to be blood red. Sometimes I've used a whole tube, making a mess. I like to clean as I go, y'all. Because I am not going to be up all night cleaning up no kitchen. No. But again, if you just come in, um, you come in to share the Sweet Life with Calvin, and Um, we're baking Peyton's brown butter, red velvet, white chocolate chip cookies. I named this cookie after my nephew. He's graduating Friday from high school, and yeah, these look really good. I'm gonna do one more round, and then I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. Yeah, I think it's getting good and red. And so he's graduating Friday. So I named the cookie after him. He was the first person to place a, well, he didn't place an order, but he wanted those, and I made those for him. So it just clicked in my head. Oh, you need to name them after him. So that's what I did. I'm sentimental that way. Again, I'm selling the cookies in 4 different increments. So you can click over in the shop over here, and that will show you the increments that the cookies are being sold. Welcome in. If you just joined us, you are joining the Sweet Life with Calvin. You have joined the Sweet Life with Calvin. And we are baking Peyton's brown butter, red velvet, white chocolate chip cookies, okay? And we're gonna add the final ingredient, our white chocolate. And I don't like to break them up. I like for them to just be whole. So I like for them to kind of be really big. So when I scoop out the dough, then it's got big chunks of that white chocolate in it. Okay, I think that's good and mixed. All right, so now we are ready for the oven. All right, and it's just falling off here. Falling off here. Our music stopped, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But okay. All right, so oh no, it didn't stop. Okay, it's still playing. Okay, so now we're just gonna scrape it off of the sides of the bowl. We've already got a pan. If you know me, you know I already got the pan with the parchment paper. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and scoop these out. I'm gonna sit that to the side. We're gonna scoop these out, and then in a minute we're gonna do a little trivia, y'all. If y'all are gonna stay on here with me and hang out, we're gonna do a little trivia. But these look amazing. They're red. I'm gonna show you the dough before we start. All right. So that's what the dough looks like. It may look green, orange to y'all, but it is red. It is definitely red. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and start scooping out each cookie. And as I said before, each batch yields maybe about 36 cookies. Got it in my hand. Okay, there we go. And I like how the white chocolate is, some of them are broken because it always bakes into a, it kind of turns really mushy gushy. Gotta go, looking forward to trying these. See you next. Okay, awesome. No problem at Rita. No problem at all, Rita. Thank you for stopping in all the way from Virginia. I appreciate that. Thank you for stopping in because you all could have been anywhere else. I appreciate it so much. Appreciate it so much. And I'm going to get these out to you ASAP. And we're gonna bake these at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Okay. Welcome in, Ashley. Welcome in, Justin. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, so we've gotten these out. So we're gonna go ahead and put these in for 10 minutes. We've already preheated our oven. Hey, Ziggy, set an alarm for 10 minutes. Okay. As I said, I like to clean as I go because I'm not going to be staying up to clean up the kitchen at the end of the night. All right. So where's everybody from? I see a few people on. Where's everybody from? Give me 1 sec. I need to get some water. Woo! All right, and I'm back. I just had to kind of get some water right quick. Where is everybody from? All right. We've gotten 3 purchases, and I appreciate that so much. I can't wait for y'all to taste them. I cannot wait for y'all to taste them. Welcome in, welcome in, EMK, welcome in, Fraser's Delight. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you all for stopping by. Welcome in, Michael. You are, if you've just joined us, you have joined or stumbled upon the Sweet Life with Calvin. Thank you all so much for coming in. I am a local baker in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And tonight we are baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew. He's graduating Friday from high school. And the name of the cookie is Peyton's Browned Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookies. Okay. So we just placed them in the oven. I'm actually baking them. I'm baking them live. We have dough sitting here. And that's kind of a thing that I do. I actually bake them live, and then the next day I ship them out to you for you to enjoy. So, but thank you for coming by. GOP 10. Thank you for stopping by. And I have the cookies are being sold in 4 different increments. I did the one cookie because I wanted to give a person that has never tried anything from me the option of trying, trying a cookie and not being out of a lot of money. Because I do know times are hard, times are very challenging. So definitely wanted to be considerate of that. But I also have them in a 6-pack. I have them in a 6-pack. No, I'm sorry, 4-pack, which is we have the 1-pack, we have 4-pack, 6-pack, and then a dozen. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all so much. TNT Bait and Tackle, welcome in. Welcome in, Ashlyn. Welcome in. Thank you all for stopping by this fine Monday. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for stopping by. Where's everybody tuning in from? Where is everybody tuning in from? Welcome in. And if you are interested in chatting or coming on live, just put 3 cookies in the chat and we can go ahead and chat. You can tell us whatever's on your mind. Welcome in, Marie Haney. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping through. This is the Sweet Life with Calvin. I'm a local baker in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And tonight we're baking Peyton's Browned Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookies. Thank you for stopping by. We actually have our first dozen in the oven that's baking. I'm gonna pull them out, cool them, and then I'm gonna at least try one for you on the live. Now we are selling them uh, 4 different increments. So the one cookie, we have the 4-pack, the 6-pack, and then the 12-pack, the dozen. So if you are interested, go ahead over to the shop and then just take a look and take a pick from what you like. And we'll be doing a little trivia later on, okay? We'll be doing a little trivia. Welcome in, Pez 13. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. And those of you, again, those of you who are listed, those of you that are watching from Facebook, we're not able to, it's not set up to where I can interact with you, so I don't know you're there. But if you are interested in interacting as well as making purchases, go ahead and either download the Whatnot app or uh, go to the website at whatnot.com and set up your account. And then once you set up your account, then come back over and you'll be able to interact with us and make your purchase and look through what we have. I have about 14 other flavors outside of this cookie, so you just go to my shop and scroll through and see which ones you want. Tonight we're selling, we're baking and selling Peyton's brown butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies, but we have 14 other flavors. So if you go to the shop, you'll be able to see all the other flavors listed. Welcome in, Will ma'am, welcome in. And what's this? Mitch Spin, welcome in, Alex, welcome in, Sands, welcome in. Where's everybody signing on from? Jalen, welcome in, Jalen. Thank you all for coming in. Florida, SoCal, okay, Green Bay, okay. Thank you all for coming in. You could have gone anywhere else tonight. You could be streaming anywhere else tonight, but you came in to check me out, and I hope that something jumps out to you. Right now, we have our first batch in the oven of the brown butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. So stick around and see how they turn out. I bake live every time I come on. I bake live. I bake a different cookie every time, and we try it live. Okay. This is the Sweet Life with Calvin. If you're coming in for the first time, yes, yes, yes. And again, those of you on Facebook, I'm not able to see what that you're there. So if you are interested in interacting and making purchases, come on over to Whatnot. Either download the Whatnot app or go to whatnot.com and set up your account. It is a free account, so you don't necessarily have to pay anything. The only thing that you pay for is your purchase. Okay? We are currently selling our cookies tonight in 4 different increments: one cookie, a 4-pack, 6-pack, and a 1 dozen. 1 dozen. Okay. Welcome in, my magic Disney shopper. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you all for stopping by. Where's everybody? Coming in from? Where's everybody located? Give me 1 second. I want to take a look at the cookies. Oh, they look amazing. The alarm should be going off momentarily. I'm going to get my cooling rack. If you are a baker, this is one of the most important things. After it comes out of the oven, I use this for everything. Hey, Ziggy, stop. All right, so he's telling me that the first batch is out of the oven. All right. like to put them. I like to shape them a little bit too, so that they are more round. Ooh, but they smell amazing. Mm, and they are hot. I will show them to you momentarily. I just like to shape them a little bit. So when they come out of the oven, I like to shape them just a little bit before I put them on the cooling rack. All right. Thank you all for coming in. Hey, DJ T Styles, welcome in. Welcome in. Where are you streaming? Where are you located, DJ T Styles? Massachusetts. Oh, that's cool. Boston. Thank you for stopping through, man. I appreciate it. I'm just taking out the first batch. We're gonna put some more in. Look at that cookie. That is a beautiful cookie. I'm all about the presentation. Always about the presentation. All right. Let's slide those over a little bit. I'm gonna put some more. I'm gonna put some more in. I'm kind of OCD about where everything goes. So, all right. Awesome. So, what is your whatnot page about, DJ T Styles? Are you a seller or a buyer? Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm somewhat up from the vinyl community as well. I love going, what is it? It's called something diving, where you go and look for vinyl records and you're in there. I'm usually in there most of the day. I go by myself because I'm not looking for something, but I know it when I find it. um, but like I love a lot of the 80s music, and you know, I always love to hold on. That one doesn't look right. We're gonna do that one again. I love yeah, record digging or record diving. Um Crate diving. That's it, crate diving. And looking for different types of records from the 80s mostly. I collect opera records too. I have quite a few over there. But I love music, as you can see on my arm. Love music. Me and music, we have our own relationship. Like there's music that I listen to when I'm sad or when I need inspiration. Oh Lord. When I need inspiration. Oh, that was a perfect one. When I need inspiration, it just depends. But I love, 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 love music. And I got a little record player over there. So I turn it on every now and then, to get that nostalgic feel. But we have a couple of good places here in Atlanta um, that I go to from time to time. One of the places is called Book Nook, and I go in there and I just veg out. $200 later, because you know you're gonna, you see stuff that you know either missed or whatever. You just gotta have it. So yeah, but I go by myself because most people that I know wouldn't don't get down or understand that type of life. But I am a vinyl collector as well. Yes, yes, yes. What type of records do you collect? All right, we got our second batch. We're gonna go ahead and put these in the oven for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. Hey Ziggy, set an alarm for 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and follow you so I can check out what you're putting down, man. Got your dance stuff. Okay. Electronic. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check you out. Thank you for stopping through, man. Thank you for stopping through. As I said before, we have we're currently baking, or well, we have our first batch of cookies already cooling, and so we're gonna I'm gonna show you a couple so you can see what I'm putting down here as far as with the Peyton's brown butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. Named them after my nephew. He is graduating Friday from high school. An amazing young man. So I wanted to kind of pay homage to him, and so that's what I did. They're being sold in 4 different increments. So we have the one cookie. I did the one cookie because I wanted to offer first time buyers the option not to be out of a lot of money, but if they wanted to try them. So I have the one cookie for the $4. But I also have the 4-pack, the 6-pack, and the dozen. So if you are interested in purchasing, go over to the shop, or you can purchase the one that I have pinned down. Now, once I've sold out of the one that I have pinned down here, then I'll move over to our we'll move over to the next increment, which is the 6-pack. Okay, welcome in, spice up your closet. Welcome in, welcome in. Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Welcome in, chocolate cat gameplay. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Where are you guys? Where are you guys signing on from? Where are you all located? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate you coming in. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and try one of these the Peyton's brown buttered red velvet chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna go ahead and break one open for you right here. Look at that ooey gooey. Oh my god. And that chocolate. Oh my god. And it's chewy. Mm. And I'm not just saying it because I made it, but it's so good. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Really good. I'm not gonna eat them all because the rest of them got to come to y'all. But that is a good cookie. A really, 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 really good cookie. And then look at the bottom. Those big pieces of white chocolate. I love that. Oh my God. Thank you all for coming in. Hello, Jonathan. Jonathan Van 72100. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. And if you're just joining us, you've joined the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin, a local baker here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And the name of my company is The Sweet Life. The Sweet Life. I'm sorry, Sharon's Delights by Calvin. I got distracted. I've been baking for about 10 years. But I thank you all for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Yes, 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 I do appreciate it. So we got our second batch in the oven, and we're gonna see how they turn out. But I just finished baking these, and they turned out so good. Look at that. It's a beautiful cookie. Beautiful cookie. I'm not gonna eat them all up, but they're good. Thank you, Chocolate. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Melissa. Becky 10, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you all for stopping by. But they really are good, Chocolate. They really, really are good. Go ahead and get you one so I can send it to you. As I said before, this recipe yields maybe about 36 cookies, depending on your scoop. That's what I'll say. Because if you have a larger scoop, you're gonna, but they are really good. Really, really good. And then I like how each cookie has its own identity. I think that might be, crazy of me saying, but I love how, each cookie has its own identity, like the way that it actually, you know, develops and bakes. It's like, but they all have the same content. I just love it. I just love cookies. I'm a huge cookie fan. So I have to catch myself so I don't eat them all. But where are you from, Chocolate? Melissa, Becky 10, Jonathan, where are you all from? And we are currently multicasting on Facebook. And for those of you that are on Facebook, I'm not able to know that you're there. So if you're commenting and asking questions, I don't know that you're there. The best way for you to interact with us on the live is to come over to Whatnot. So go to either whatnot.com or to your app store and download the Whatnot app, set up your account, and that way you're able to make purchases and you're also able to interact. And I can also bring you on and we can chat live. Okay? They'll be ready. The cookies will be coming out shortly. Yeah, your alarm will be going off shortly. So we got a little more dough left. Hey, Wonderland. How are you, dear? I've not tried that recipe you sent me yet. But how are you? What you been up to? Tonight we are baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew. He's graduating Friday. It is the Peyton's Browned Butter Red Velvet White Chocolate Chip Cookie. Aww, that's sweet. I gotta try it because I want to see what it tastes like. Because you got me thinking, about some healthy options as far as cookies are concerned. Yes, yes, yes. But we have some that just come out of the oven. And so they're just cooling now, but oh my God, they're so delicious. So delicious. Trying to clean up as I go. Welcome in, Lori Jean. Welcome in, welcome in. So I'm selling them in 4 different increments. So if you're new to Sharon's Delights by Calvin and the Sweet Life with Calvin, I have the 1 cookie that you can purchase, and then I also have the 6-pack, the 4-pack, 6-pack, and then the dozen. All right, Ziggy, stop. Okay, so we have another dozen that are coming right out of the oven. These kind of baked a little more perfect than. So what I'm doing when let me see, can y'all see that? I hope y'all can see that. So what I do when I get them out of the this is just the top from a mason jar, and I put them around the cookie to make it more perfect. Some cookies are more stubborn than others, but this is a good little trick. I'm really funny about the way my cookies look before they go out, but that's just me. Yeah, the alternative is good. I'm gonna bookmark that dozen, so when I can afford it, I will totally try to. Okay, that's fine. That's not a problem at all, Chocolate. No problem at all. Thank you for coming and stopping by. I know times are hard, so it's like I didn't want to just have one. I wanted to make it optional for anybody. So if you wanted to buy 1 cookie, 4, 6, or 12, it's up to you. But these turned out really, really good. Check them out. Look at that. They are so beautiful. Isn't that perfect? And I'm not just saying that because I baked them, but these babies are beautiful. Somebody called me the cookie man the other day. I was like, the cookie man? No, I'm just Calvin, but I appreciate the compliment. We got 1 more dozen we're going to put in there. And I like to do 1 featured cookie every show because I get to talk about it. This cookie actually I just came up because my nephew wanted red velvet chocolate chip cookies, and I just made them for him. So I was like, oh, let me just name them after him, and that's how it actually happened. And then I added the the brown butter option to it because it made everything taste so much. It made everything taste really good on the other cookies. Okay, so for the let me see. You mean you said the dozen? Let me see. Hold on. They're actually listed on there. It should be for the dozen. The regular chocolate chip is 24. Yeah, but just where is it? Mary Gone. Go ahead and click on the shop, and then you'll see everything listed over there. Now the brown butter chocolate chip is probably a little more expensive. It's a 35, but I have the regular chocolate chip for 24 for the dozen. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put another dozen in the oven. Okay, we're just putting another. Did that have any? No, that didn't have any. I want to make sure every cookie has a white chocolate chip in it. These are really some good cookies, y'all. And I'm not just saying that because I'm baking them, but they really are good. And I know when I like them, y'all are going to like them. Because I am a dessert lover. I'm a cookie lover. Ooh. And even though I like to bake, I like to try other people's stuff too. I don't just, only promote my stuff. So I'm always liking and sharing other people's stuff. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm sorry. Welcome in, Bostonia now. Bostonian snow. I'm sorry. Is that Clate? Welcome in, Allison, and Tuesday. Welcome in. Thank y'all for coming in. We're about to put our third batch into the oven of the that we're baking Peyton's browned butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. Hey Ziggy, set an alarm for 10 minutes. Now, if you're just joining us, you've kind of stumbled upon the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin. I'm a local baker in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and we are currently baking tonight live Peyton's browned butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so we've taken some out of the oven, and oh my God, they look amazing. They turned out so good. Such a beautiful cookie. Look at that. And it's ooey gooey in the inside. Oh my God. I'm not gonna eat them all. But they turned out so good. And I like to use a lot of the white chocolate chips. It's just as good as the chocolate chip. Just as good. Oh my God. There's a sweet, savory, and saltiness to it. And then you kind of taste the chocolate because anybody that knows when you make red velvet, you're using chocolate powder most of the time. Some people don't use that, but if you don't, it takes away from the flavor. But this is a good cookie. Look at that. That's a really, really good cookie. And so we have our third batch in that is cooking at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. And I just set my alarm on my Alexa, you know, so that I'm reminded. So while I'm running my mouth over here with y'all. But as I said before, we're selling them in four increments. One cookie, four cookies, 6-pack, and then the dozen. Okay. Now they will also still be available outside of this live. So when the live ends, you can still go to the shop and purchase. Now I have the four increments. Those are being sold exclusively on this live. Now there will be 15 flavors, 14 including this flavor of cookie available outside of the live. So you can go on anytime if you decide, okay, next week I want to just look at the Calvin's cookies and make a purchase. You can do that at that time, whenever you decide. I'm not a person where it's like, oh, you got to buy on the live, like, because times are hard. So I know, everybody, it's don't have it that way. But I wanted to make a variety during the live so that people had options. Okay. But these are all the cookies that have come out of the oven so far. And we've got 3 orders that are going to be going out. And I usually like to ship next day, but I may be able to go ahead and get these out tonight if possible. So I like to make sure that you get them, pretty fast. But I thank those persons who have already made purchases already. I thank you so much, so much, so much. Thank you so much. Welcome in, KC. Welcome in, Miss Maisie or Mazzy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you all for coming through. Where's everybody tuning in from? Where is everybody tuning in from? Ohio, Alaska again. Okay, we had someone earlier from Alaska, and we had someone else as well from Ohio, I believe, too. That's cool. Thank you for tuning in. So, if you're just now tuning in, you have tuned into or you stumbled upon the Sweet Life of Calvin. It's a live baking show. So, I bake everything that I sell live every time. Hey, Cody, welcome in. Hey, KC, welcome in. So I baked live for you. I just thought it was a cool concept. I did it by accident, and it just stuck. So that's what I do. I bake live. I'm not pre-baking and selling you something I baked yesterday. I'm baking it the same night you see me that I'm talking to you, and I more than likely usually get them out by the next day, so you're not waiting around for your order. But we have four types, well, 4 items sold today, and well, it's the same cookie, but it's 4 increments. So you have 1 cookie, you have 4, 6, and then you have the dozen. So those 4 are being sold exclusively for this particular live. After the live is over, you'll still be able to go in and look at all 15 flavors that we have, okay? And you're still able to buy them whenever you like, okay? But yeah, I'm a local baker here in Atlanta, and I've been baking for over 10 years. Yeah, yep. But thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you all coming in so much. We're going to crack one more. I'm not going to do this again, but it is so good. I want to just break it open for you one more time. Look at that. Ooh-wee, 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 ooh-wee. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, that's good. It's chewy. There's a sweet and savory, salty type of flavor in every bite. And I like for there to be white chocolate chips in every bite. So when I'm scooping, I don't like it when it's just, and that's for all the cookies I make. If they have chips in them or whatever, or nuts, I like for it to be the same bite in every cookie. OLS Josh, thank you for stopping by. Welcome in. Welcome, man. How's everybody's Monday? Was it productive? Was it a good day? Hmm. I had a productive day. Very productive. And I'm very thankful. Very, very thankful. Our third batch should be coming out soon. Yep. So we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. Oh, wow. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Go ahead and make your purchase. As I said before, we're selling them in three different increments. Four different increments, I'm sorry. Um, one cookie, four pack, 6 pack, and then the dozen. Again, those of you who are currently on Facebook, I don't know you're there, so I'm so sorry. But you can come over to whatnot.com or download the app, set your account up. It is a free account. And then you're able to interact with me. Okay? We're taking our last, we got enough dough to maybe get maybe 4 more cookies, I guess. Yeah, that is our alarm. Stop, Ziggy. Okay. And this pan is hot. So I just take this ring and I like to go around the cookie. If the paper will do right. Doesn't impact the flavor, it just impacts how they look. So I like to. Mhm. All done. So we probably got maybe room for. I'm gonna put these up here. Welcome in, welcome in. Whoa, Kayla, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. This is so therapeutic. And if you're wondering, yes, I am in my happy space. They turned out so good. Need room to. Okay. Welcome in, Denise Barr. Welcome in, welcome in. We are currently baking Peyton's brown butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. We have them being sold in 4 different increments. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it. Mm-hmm. That's it. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. If you're just joining us, we are baking Peyton's brown butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. We're putting our last little batch in. He set an alarm for 10 minutes. Ooh, that one ain't ready. You gotta cool a little more. But we've already baked quite a few. Here we go. That's the cookie right there. So we're currently selling them in 4 different increments, exclusively for this live. But if you're not or able to purchase them now, you can also purchase them outside of the live. So you'll just come back to Whatnot, search Sharon's Delights, go to shop, and you'll be able to see all the cookies listed there. So you'll go on and make your purchase. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Jay and Ara, welcome in. Anna Tuck, welcome in. What is that? Daddy Nate, welcome in. Denise, Denise Barr, welcome in. Welcome in. Give me 1 second. Let me grab some water. Uh, let me clean that up some. Try to make sure it's clean. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase. Now, as stated before, what's tagged below is the one cookie. So if you want more than one, go to the shop, and then that will allow you to be able to purchase more increments. So we have the 4, we have the 6, and we have the dozen. Okay. But I wanted to give those who've never received any or tasted anything from me the option to purchase a cookie without being out of a lot of money. So I figured $4 for the cookie would be best. Okay. So once those are gone, then we'll go ahead and the other increments, which will be the 4, the 6, and the 12, will be only available. Those are only available exclusively for this live. Okay. Welcome in, and thank you all for your purchases. Where's everybody signing on from? Where is everybody from? Welcome in, Denise Webb. Oh Lord. Okay, Daddy. Okay, so I get it now. What's going on, Nate? I was like, that name sounds familiar. Thank you for your purchase, sir. And also share the word with your coworkers. Share it with the coworkers. Okay. And so, like I said, we're baking Peyton's browned butter red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. Hello, Nurse Drea. Nurse Andrea. Welcome in. Where are you signing in from? I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Where are you signing in from, Nurse Andrea? New York, the NY. I know that's right. Okay. How's the weather there? Are y'all getting the summer already? Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh yeah. I believe it because it was I think it was in the 90s here today too. But I didn't have to get out in the direct. Well, the car was hot when I got back in it earlier today, but yeah, from 30 to 9. That's crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy. And I feel for those that have to be out in it. I swear. The road workers and people that have to be out in it. I swear that's the worst. Lord of the Fries. Okay. Lord of the Fries. How's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that have just tuned in, you tuned into the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin, a local baker in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Name of my company is Sharon's Delights by Calvin. I've been baking for over 10 years. And tonight we are baking a cookie that I dedicated to my nephew. He is graduating from high school this Friday. And his name is Peyton. And I named the cookie Peyton's Brown Butter Red Velvet Chocolate Chip Cookies. And so these actually just came out of the oven. And so that's what they look like. Oh my God. I'm not going to cry. I've already cracked 3 open. I'm not doing it. I'm a diabetic. I shouldn't even be eating these. But we have the last batch still in the oven. I will send him your congratulations. I certainly will. I certainly will. No, not sugar free. I got someone else mentioned to me about sugar free cookies, and I'm working on getting that. She sent me a recipe for, I think, a cookie made with stevia, if I'm not mistaken. Of course I have to. Because everybody's not eating sugar always. So I want to have that option for those that don't eat sugar for sure. But I saw this cookie that was made with dates. It was a cookie from a recipe from like 1920 or something. But it's a recipe that I'm going to try. Yeah. But it was sweetened with dates. Oh, yeah, 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 I am. I try to try the cookie. I don't have anybody else here to try the cookie. So I try to try it and crack it open and let y'all see it. So applesauce. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. I have to try that and see for sure. Hmm. But how's work going, Nurse Andrea? Are you at work right now? Or are you home? On a quick break. I won't tell. I will not tell. I will not tell. I will not tell. Take your quick break. Take your quick break. I ain't no snitch. I am not a snitch. No, I am not a snitch. Yes, we can be friends. I'm not a snitch. But yeah, hello, CBJ. Welcome in. Welcome in. What type of nurse are you, Nurse Andrea? Are you an RN, LPN, nurse practitioner, AP? Welcome in, Jersey girl. Welcome in. And oh, a psych RN. Okay, I used to hire those at my last job. That is really cool. Yep, 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 yep. My day job, I'm an HR professional by day. I bake cookies by night. Oh, okay. So you deal with the kids too. Okay. Wow, that is cool. Hold on one second. Hey Ziggy, stop. So we have baked our last few cookies. Okay. But that's cool. Thank you for your service. We always need good nurses. I had cut my hand open last year. I was here in the kitchen and the sausage was frozen, so it was like sausage patties, and they were stacked up. And I actually stuck a sharper knife in between. And I was like, no, let me stop. Something made me stop and get a butter knife. Stuck the thing into the between the sausage, trying to open it up as I was trying to make breakfast at night. Stuck the butter knife in my hand. That's the scar right there. Stuck it in my hand, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm standing here thinking I could just rinse my hand off and, get some, rinse it off and then, put a Band-Aid on it. But the blood was pooling in my hand and running down my arm. And I'm like, fool, you need to go to the emergency room. And there was a nurse practitioner that sewed my hand up. She had to shoot me in it. When I tell you I hated her and I cried. I cried so hard. I wanted my mama so bad because she had to rinse it out and shoot me in it so that it could, and she had to numb it so that she could sew it up. But she did a great job. Yeah, it hurt. Let me see what OJ. Okay. All right, no problem. Okay. Anytime. Stop in anytime, okay? No problem at all. It was a pleasure meeting you too. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're actually coming to the end. Where it's almost 9 o'clock. I've already done 2 hours, so we're at the end now. Thank you so much. I appreciate the tip. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Welcome in, Smiles 1982. Welcome in. Let me see this profile picture. Oh, look at there. I love that picture. Winks, grins. I'm going to follow you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Jessica Marr. Welcome in. We are finally coming to the end. We've come around the mountain. And we got all these cookies here. Oh, I'm dropping them. We got all these cookies here. Thank you all so much for spending this time with me. I enjoyed you all so much. This is The Sweet Life with Calvin, Atlanta Baker here in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Atlanta, Georgia area. My company's name is is the name of the show is Sweet Life by Sweet Life, Sweet Life with Calvin. I'm losing it. And the name of my company is Sharon's Delights by Calvin. My next show, let me see when my next show is. That's a good question. So let me go and look and see. I think the next show, I'm not even sure. I think the next show is the 28th. Hold on. I probably can't go and see it, but go and bookmark all the shows. I have shows all the way up until December. So go ahead and bookmark all the shows so you can see what's going on. Sometimes I might push them out because, as I said before, life be life, and so I be kind of busy sometimes, and I have to fit this in when I can. Hey, Tay Tay, Tay Tay J95, welcome in. But as I said, I try to fit this in as much as I can. But I enjoy spending this time with y'all. And again, thank you to those who made purchases tonight. Now, I still have I still have inventory. So we have about 15 flavors. So once this live ends, you'll be able to purchase our cookies outside of the live, okay? But you have to be on Whatnot and you have to have access and set up an account so you can make purchases, okay? Thank you to everybody that showed up tonight. I appreciate your time. I enjoyed y'all so much. And we must do this again. Yes, 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 definitely Wonderland. I appreciate it. It's good seeing you. I hope all is well with you. But we're gonna see who we can raid into. Okay, I love raiding. So yeah, I only have one person still on, but We're gonna raid. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Oh, Art Fusion. We are going to raid into Art Fusion, scrapbook, and journaling. Make it with me Monday. And I will see you all next time. You all take care. This is a Sweet Life with Calvin. Sweet life, every bite. And I will see you all later. Take care.